ever. And you don't even have to worry about Dark Pit, because that's Cloud. That's Cloud.
Okay, he's gonna play Cloud. Actually, you know, that probably, I don't know. It might just be a matter of just playing against Rob in general, because Rob, again, does have some big hitboxes, especially with that Nair. That Nair covers so much room, and those projectiles can be a real problem. So maybe Faker's just trying to deal with the game plan here, knowing that Dark Pit probably just doesn't have quite all the tools to deal with Rob the same way Cloud does. And but I mean, either way, you're still going against 8BitMan. This is a big, tough challenge. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, right off the bat, we've seen that Faker doesn't want to give 8BitMan too much space, only when he's allowing it. But oh, this top controls so much of this stage without Rob having to commit to anything, and 8BitMan, having played Rob for years, knows how to use it.
Man, dude, 8BitMan, again, he's a killer. I know often at Juicebox, you can actually, me and Rickles do commentary for Juicebox all the time. 8BitMan has made top 8 there a couple times, and is usually a 9th place, 13th place finisher all the time, and those tournaments are usually stacked. So, I mean, again, like, I'm not trying to count Faker out. It's just I know the caliber of player that 8BitMan is, and I would not be surprised if we see a 2-0 here. But, you know, we'll see if Faker can prove me wrong.
Yeah, it's gonna be up to Faker to really pick his spots a little bit better. This limit being used kind of wastefully as a means to stall. Like, you never want to see limit used defensively, and these rolls, these blade beams coming out that aren't really servicing his game plan. It's a slow game state that you have to play against Rob, because one touch, especially as Cloud with the inability to snap the ledge.
Okay, there we go. We saw stock from Faker. So, hey, a little bit of life coming out of Faker here, but still, this is so much to deal with. Just so much pressure from 8BitMan, just trying to find ways to continuously put Faker off stage and just build up this damage more and more. Dude, Faker is struggling.
He's got to find a new way to get these recovery routes in. Blade Beam was an interesting choice, and 8BitMan's all too prepared to punish that.
Yeah, these are 8-minute games, right? Okay. I just wanted to make sure because,
oh, yeah.
I was like, was that a minute? There's no way.
Just under, just under 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, I said it earlier. Rob is a swingy character, and sometimes he can get ledge trapped to the end of the earth for 8 minutes, and sometimes he can end 3 stocks in 2.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, I mean, it's just how it happens sometimes. I don't know. You got to be prepared for Rob going into any matchup. And, like, this is also part of, like, knowing your opponent, too. Like, I don't know if, well, Faker seems to be pretty active, so I would assume they might know who 8BitMan is. But sometimes you just got to do a little bit of research on your opponent. If you know who you're going to play, go to the old smashdata.gg, type in their name, see what they're about, see who they play. Try to go in with a little bit of preparation because, like, again, 8BitMan's one of those guys you need preparation for. This dude, like you mentioned, he's a top Rob from Florida, just an absolute killer, and he's showing why that he's this good, why he's a part of the top half of the bracket, like why he's seated so high. We just saw him absolutely decimate with a 2-stock. I mean, we saw Faker get it looked like it was just kind of like a prayer and a half on a forward smash, but still, you know, taking a stock. But man, 8BitMan, the amount of pressure that he's putting onto Faker in terms of projectiles, even just stalling off stage a little bit, just waiting for the invincibility to go out, it's something else, man.
Yeah, 8BitMan looks like he was just so prepared, even right from the jump. Like, he may not know who Faker have played. He may have been expecting a Dark Pit, but just seeing Cloud, he's like, oh, like, I know how to play against Cloud. I know his weaknesses. I know what, like, my opponents are willing to do with Cloud and what they try to do. And even with mix-ups that Faker tried to put on, he fell back onto old habits. A lot of double jumps out of hit stun, a lot of air dodges, directional air dodges back to stage. So we need to see Faker start to mix up his recovery, especially if he's going to stay Cloud, and even if he goes Pit or any other character, because as long as 8BitMan has his top on deck and has room to react, then you got to fear for your life every time.
For sure. And it looks like we're going to be moving into this next match here. Waiting for the battle to start right now. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, you know what? Like, I don't know if he picked Cloud because he feels more comfortable with the Cloud in the Rob matchup, but at some point, you might just want to go for your go for your main. At least you're comfortable with that character. You know what you need to do. I don't think Pit does bad against Rob in general. Okay, looks like they're going to be sticking with the Cloud. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see how it all works out. He needs to find a way to be a little bit more consistent with his limit, because we did see him a couple times. He threw a one away with a blade beam. He stalled off stage with the cross slash. I don't know. I don't know what Faker really needs to be working on here just to try to turn this around, man. 8BitMan's he's just tough.
Man, the immediate pressure that comes out from top, like the good Rob mains, especially when you see them utilize top in all of its uses instead of just as a projectile, but really as an item and really as for all of its worth, that's when you see a Rob main start to level up. Okay. Oh, okay. Now we know. Limit climb hazard just gets right past that. Only 8% on 8BitMan though. He's dominating.
8BitMan's doing a great job just, again, applying this pressure and just getting Faker back off stage time and time again. It's a good place to put Cloud. Oh, he's going to fall out on the second hit. The up smash. But yeah, it's a good place to put Cloud, man. Cloud really only has a jump and an okay recovery, unless he has limit, which that climb hazard is able to go very, very far. But, like, yeah, he's dead right here. He's going to be able to take him with him. That's fine.
He didn't have his jump thanks to the top. Like, as I mentioned prior, like Faker has been jumping out of hit stun almost every time, so the top well placed to catch that and finishing the edge guard even at the cost of your own. Now you're up 2 fresh stocks.
That's it gone. That jump's gone. Okay, he's gonna be able to get back to the stage. But yeah, you're right. You kind of called it there. Every time he gets hit, he jumps. There it is again.
Yep.
8BitMan was ready for it, but unfortunately just a little too low.
Go away. This time he jumps out. It's having predictable defensive options just won't do it on a character with that much raw kill potential. Like, he's getting predictable is the last thing you want to be.
Yeah, man, and that's just also this 8BitMan. Again, a top level player. He recognizes, you know, what he needs to do. He recognizes what the player's doing. And he's gonna find these habits. He's gonna exploit them. We saw that at the very end there, knowing that Faker was gonna jump after anytime he gets hit off stage, really. And really, 8BitMan just abused the hell out of it.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it's a trade if you take, it's a trade that you'll take if you're Faker in that second stock, but not able to get anything going, not able to use Cloud's big buttons to his advantage, not able to juggle. Just, I don't even hate the battlefield pick. It felt like he was just being hard outplayed at every turn.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the real reason why he got that stock, Faker got that stock there, is just because 8BitMan was just going down, just trying to do some other stuff. Honestly, I don't think we saw a single back air like the entire time, which is insane.
True.
That back air, Cloud's back air is one of the best back airs in the game. It's so quick, it's disjointed as like hell, and I mean, it can really mess up a lot of what Rob has tries to get going. I mean, I think we've seen the matchup before a couple times, and I think Epic Gabriel's take on Spargo a few times. And Spargo, again, top representation of Cloud, especially in this Wi-Fi era that we've been in. And I mean, you just gotta watch him to see how you play against the Rob. And I don't know, worst case scenario is Faker can come back to this VOD and, you know, study a bit from it, try to figure something out. And I mean, when you play against better players, you can really find out where your weaknesses are. So.